For me, as someone who's really into fashion, but I'm also very conscious on how I spend my money with fashion, I have created a system, somewhat of a system that kind of works for me, and I want to share what that is. Hey, beautiful souls. It is your girl, Tori Chalet, and I am back. And if this is your first time here, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am all about style and simple living, or what I like to call soft minimalism. So if you are into those things, then make sure that you stick around, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and let's get into it. Fall is around the corner, y'all. It is like that time where everybody is scouring their favorite stores, seeing what's new, seeing what's hot, seeing what's trending, and trying to figure out, what am I buying this season? And I recently was asked this question: how do I prep my wardrobe or my outfits, or how am I getting ready for the season? So I thought it would be nice to share my process as I transition season to season. So fall is my absolute favorite time to get dressed, and for many reasons. I feel like I'm able to be a lot more creative. I can layer, but the process that I use to get ready season to season, because I live in Houston, so here we really just have like fall, summer. I mean, the plus with that is that I don't typically have to have a lot of things in my wardrobe, or like heavier items such as coats. I don't have to have a lot of those pieces because they really don't work for the climate that I live in. But for me, as someone who's really into fashion, but I'm also very conscious on how I spend my money with fashion, I have created a system, somewhat of a system that kind of works for me, and I want to share what that is. I have created this acronym. Now, this is not something that I've had for a long time. This is something, as I was writing this video out, I kind of came up with, and it made sense based on the points that I wanted to talk about today. So consider this something that you can use when you are, even just shopping. Not necessarily, I mean, obviously season to season, but when you're just shopping day to day, or trying to make decisions on how to build your wardrobe, or curating your wardrobe, or whatever it is that you're trying to do with your style or your outfits, or somewhere you're trying to go, try to take in consideration some of these points and some of these questions that you can ask yourself as you are making these decisions, okay? So the acronym is CREAM. And we are going to start with C, which is create. And what I'm sharing is my process, right? So I want you to remember that this is not something that you have to do. It's not the way, it's just a way. So take what you need and leave the rest, okay? I am a very visual person. I always have been. As a child, I love to cut up newspapers and create these like little mood boards, or take like my favorite outfits, words. And I find that whatever that is for you, whether it's you writing down, journaling how you feel, or if you're a Pinterester like I am, I think it's really important to get a sense and an idea of where your mood currently is. Now, I'm a firm believer that having style is truly reflected upon having a sense of yourself. So really understanding who you are, having true identity as the person you are, so that it kind of pours out into your style. And so having an understanding of who you are is very important. However, we change, right? And that was one thing that I kind of had to accept, that I'm a changing human being. And so season to season, year to year, I may not feel the same person. I may not be into or feel the same things. And so I find that each season I like to create a mood board of just things that I like. And it's like my visual journal, if you will. And so throughout the year, I just pin pictures. If I see something that I like on Pinterest, or an outfit that I like, I pin it. And the thing is, it's not so much about copying the outfit. It's really understanding the mood, seeing if there's a theme on there. If you see like the same colors throughout the pictures, if you're seeing like some of the same items, like if you feel like you've pinned all these pictures and you see a lot of blazers and you see a lot of jeans, you may really be creating a uniform for yourself. And so anytime that I do that, I'm able to kind of find this story, right? The story of who's Tori going to be this season? Like, what is she feeling like? What is her mood? What are the colors that she's drawn to? What is the things that feel like she's going to, the things that will make her feel good? And from taking these images or these pieces from my mood board, I'm able to kind of create this story of like, this is how Tori is showing up for the fall. There, I'm able to kind of create my own theme. So in the creating phase, it's just like not even thinking about any limits. It's just more so pulling together things that inspire you, whether it's color, whether it's texture, whether it's just an outfit. And again, you can do this on Instagram. You can save, pictures from Instagram and create like your own Pinterest or save boards. However, it could be not newspapers, magazines, whatever it is that works for you. Create a visual diary of the mood that you're in, because it changes season to season. So it's really good to have a place to start with. It's your blueprint. There. It is your blueprint on what to shop for, what to look for, to really have a deep understanding of where you are in this current season of your life. All right, so the next step, after I typically have an idea of how Tori's feeling, what Tori's doing, like what she wants to look or how she wants to show up for the season, then I do my favorite thing in the world, and that is go in my closet and just kind of give it a whole revamp. One thing about me is that I find that when my closet is curated in a way, almost like a boutique, or it feels like a place that I enjoy being in, it makes it more fun for me to go in there and shop my own closet and recreate looks. And when it's organized, I can see pieces, I can almost see outfits without even having to take them off of the rack. And so I call this phase like the refresh, revamp, repurpose. This is you not buying anything. This is you taking your blueprint, your mood board, or whatever it is, and seeing if you can recreate some of these looks or recreate some of these moods with some of the items that you already have in your closet. So for me, I'm going to go through, I'm going to clean out my closet. I'm going to take out the things that are not serving this particular mood. And sometimes those items I may put in a little bin and store in another place in my house. And if they sit for a while and I don't pull from them, sometimes those will go in the go pile. But I make sure that everything that I leave in my closet are items that I love, are items that will seamlessly transition into the fall, and ultimately it can be repurposed again. So I think it's very important that before we go buying things, that we really explore what we already have in our closet and see if there's any kind of way that we can repurpose them, we can transition them, we can layer them. I find this process of organizing your closet and playing dress up a very pivotal thing when it comes to, one, understanding your style and discovering your style, but also a healthy way to really get used to wearing your clothes that you already have before consuming new items. I have found this to be a game changer, especially when I started to be very intentional about curating my closet in a certain way. And I'll definitely try to dive deeper into another video about how to organize your closet, or ways that you can organize your closet. So if you're interested in that, definitely let me know below if that's something that you want to see. But I have found that I enjoy shopping my closet because I've kind of created this boutique type feel in my closet in a simple, minimal way. But I also can see my clothes, so I make decision making so much easier. Getting rid of the items that does not serve who you're showing up as this particular season, right? So think of it that way. So we start with the creation process, figure out how you're showing up, what mood you're having for this particular season. Then let's get into the closet, let's clean it out, let's do a deep declutter, let's see what pieces we already have that kind of aligns with that mood board. Now, for the third phase, I call this the explore phase. So typically when I am able to see my closet is organized, I have an idea of what I'm going to keep in my closet, now I get to explore to see, one, if there's new trends that I want to try, if there's a new silhouette of an item that I want to try. This is kind of where I kind of start filling in the gaps of the inventory that I'm trying to fill, right? So now that I know, like currently when I did my clean out, I have 2 pairs of sweatpants. I have a black sweatpant and a gray sweatpants and no tops. So that lets me know that this season on my shopping list, I will have like maybe an accompanying gray sweatshirt and an accompanying black sweatshirt to go with my sweat sets. So that completes like my sweat sets for the fall and winter season. Now I may not buy both items. I may just buy one at a time and maybe buy the second one once I transition into more of the colder months. But at least I have an idea of the items that I need to fill in. Now for me personally, a trend that I kind of want to like get into, I saw on Pinterest these like square toe pumps, and it was kind of like a platform, but I also seen another picture where this girl had on like some square toe pumps. I know the pointed toe pumps are the rage or the rave. They're just like classic staple, that's the go-to. But my trend that I want to explore is more of a square toed pump. I want to bring a pump back into my wardrobe. And so that's what I'm trying. I also, on my wish list, I think I have like a different type of hat. So I have a lot of fedora hats, and quite honestly, I don't need any. But I would like to explore another Yankees cap in a different color. And so in the explore phase, it's kind of like I'm looking at my mood board and have an idea of what's in my wardrobe. Now I'm able to explore what it is that I need, what I'm replacing, items that I want to try, and then there's items that you may want to replace. So for me, there are maybe like 1 or 2 pair of jeans that I may want to replace with a fresher, more of a straight leg and not a skinny leg, or I may not be too much more into the knees being out and just having like nice straight structured jeans, or maybe even another pair of wide leg jeans. Whatever it is, this is the opportunity for you to either explore a new trend, replace an item with something new, and to, fill in the gaps of some things that you may need. And then this is a great time to kind of do and start to adapt the 1 in and 1 out rule. So the thing about me is, even through my minimalism journey, I've kind of judged myself in the past for shopping or bringing certain things in, but I've kind of found this way of being able to do that. So my softer approach to bringing in items, because it's hard. I'm a fashion girly. I love clothes. I love styling clothes, and so I'm gonna always want to buy. It just is what it is. And through these 8 years of minimalism, I have kind of gone back and forth with that. And so now that I have landed on a routine and a process that works for me, I can now do that and not feel bad about it. So the 1 in and 1 out rule is pretty much when I'm bringing something in, I take something out. And that's pretty much based on my magic number. And so my magic number is just a particular number that I keep for certain types of categories of items in my closet. So I may just keep it at 5 blazers, or maybe 6 blazers, maybe 5 pair of jeans. And as I bring a new pair of jeans out, I have to swap it just to keep my number to a minimum. All right, so we are now at assess. So you want to go back and kind of review your list and see what it is that you're needing. And here I like to assess and assign. So when I kind of view my list of things that I've kind of gotten from my exploratory phase, where I figured out, okay, these are the items that I want, I've made my list. And now you kind of want to assess those things and determine, is this a need or is this a want, right? And so typically what I'll do is I'll have kind of a needs list and I'll have a wants list, or I might even put them together, but I may just kind of put the things in order based on the needs. Wherever it goes, I like to assess what it is that I need, and then I assign those items to maybe 2 different lists, and that way I can start to buy them as I need them. And one thing I have found that is when I make a wish list, right? I find that I don't buy everything. It's like, and sometimes I've even gone as far as I will assign the link to that particular item that I want to this wish list, so that when I'm ready, I can just go and get it. But I have found that since I've been doing this process over the last couple of years, is that I don't always make it to my wants list. It's just something that I want in that moment. And I tend to get the items that I really love or that I really need at the moment. And those items just kind of fall from the wayside. So me not just going in and shopping, and me taking this process and being super intentional has definitely helped me cut back on my purchases. And sometimes there are moments where I have impulse buys, but let me tell you something, your girl is very good at hitting the return button. I do not sit on clothes. I don't sit on tags. I will take it back. So I know that I have a lot more discipline in that area, and so I know some people may not, or some people may hate the process of return. But if there's something that you struggle with, then I would definitely try the wish list to see if that may work for you. A is pretty simple: assess and assign. That's pretty much just assessing your needs and your wants and assigning them to a particular list, and then maybe making it kind of some hierarchy in terms of how you decide to shop for your items for that particular season. Last but not least, I had to figure out something with the M, but I'm going to keep it simple because this is something that I had to do for myself. It's called make a damn decision. Okay? So when it comes to making a damn decision, for me, I can have decision fatigue because I'm one of those people that will say, okay, I think I want a tan blazer. And then I go to Google and put tan blazers, and there's like 110 recommended tan blazers, right? Make a decision for me means really brand choosing, right? So if I know that I am more of this type of style, or if I like more minimal designs and stuff like that, I try to stick to brands that I know that will have certain items. Like some of my favorite brands, or I'll choose my favorite brands based on the type of item that I'm looking for. So when it comes to jeans, I am typically a Madewell girl. I'll go to Target every now and again because I feel like a New Day, they always do the hip and the waistline pretty good. I usually always have luck with finding jeans that fit like my hip to waist ratio. Abercrombie is one of those brands that I will shop at for jeans. Sometimes I'll hit Nordstrom's Rack and some of those bigger stores, retail stores, to get certain things. But for the most part, I have my particular stores that when I'm looking for jeans, I'm going to go to Free People, I'm going to go to Madewell, I'm going to go to Abercrombie, and I may go to Target. Outside of that, I probably won't go beyond those stores to find jeans unless someone recommends them, or if I see another influencer that posts these jeans that look amazing, maybe I'll do that. I am very aware that when it comes to Zara and some other brands, they just do not fit my body type well, so there's no point of me shopping those brands for those particular bottoms. Now, if I'm looking for more of a certain type of feel, like a wide leg or a flow, one of my favorite places to shop is COS stores. I love them in terms of some of their flowy, boxier items. When I'm feeling like I'm looking for more of an A-line type of dress, I love to go to COS. I'm sure you're picking up what I'm putting down. When it comes to shoes, I do like Zara for shoes. They always tend to have the shoes that are on trend. And some of the shoes that I've had over years and years of time, I have gotten from Zara. So they always make these shoes that are like a little staple, a little trend, but they kind of last through time. Maybe not in quality as much as now, but if you go in my closet right now and you see the shoes that I've kept for a long period of time, I got them from Zara. So there are just certain stores that I go for certain things that help alleviate that decision fatigue, right? Making those damn decisions with brands or certain stores to look for certain things just really keeps me from just being overwhelmed, overconsumed, and just buying a lot of different things at one time that, essentially puts me in the rat race of always wanting to consume. So I find this to be sometimes challenging, especially like when you're Googling and you're looking up, or you get that like one of those advertisements while you're scrolling social media, or even Pinterest. Like Pinterest has definitely introduced me to a lot of new brands, and I find that I'm starting to kind of figure out what I'm drawn to the most in terms of brands, and when I do try them out and their clothes, you know, like what works for me. Like I do like a lot of Australian brands in terms of some of their style of clothing and even from the way that they're made. And so as I'm introduced, I kind of also go and assign them. I kind of go back to the assess and assign as I'm introduced to new brands, and I start to understand the construction of the fabric and how it's made, and also using this as a way to go back to some of my values. Like I really do love brands that are more sustainable, that are more clean, that are good with ethics and how they treat their staff. All of those things are important to me. So even when I do go to some of these new brands and sites, I also check, you know, kind of check their brand ethos throughout to make sure that it's a brand that, you know, not only reflects me as a person in terms of how they're marketing, but, you know, just how, like, do I see myself on their websites? Also just kind of reading a little bit more on the backstory of the brand. So sometimes I do that, not all the time, but sometimes those are also decision factors as to who I decide to shop with. So that's just a little bit extra on the top. You do as you please. So remember, we have create, we have refresh, revive, revamp, repeat, or repurpose. We have the explore phase. We have the assess and assign, and then make a damn decision, okay? So I hope that this helps you. These are like literally the things that I do season to season, year to year. And it's really, really helped me to kind of grab a hold of myself when I want to just buy all the things. Let me tell you, fall is your girl's season. And I can go crazy, especially when it comes to outerwear. I absolutely love jackets, blazers. I be wanting a trench coat, knowing I'm probably only going to wear it a couple of times. So this system definitely helps me to keep myself contained and to keep my closet and my wardrobe super intentional. So I hope this answered your question, and I absolutely hope that this helped anybody. If it did, make sure you leave me a comment below, and if there is something else you want me to dive deeper on, definitely let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, the notification button, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.